kind of like a shaving here. Once again, he's here, he's gonna bridge, and then he's gonna orbit the head, okay? If he just reaches around, like if he just bridges and then he reaches around, my head fits here, and I can start to look to finish him, okay? I can just get my head to the mat, put my knee across, windshield wiper, and now I have my Takabutami. So from his perspective, how he clears to get to this frame is super critical, right? This hand here, he has to push the crown and then he's gonna orbit the head without allowing me to expose that elbow this way. So watch your elbows when you're trying to get your Y wedges here, right? One, get the other one in, two. Now he's got the two elbows and it's the arcing motion here that allows him to clear his hips out, right? And then he's gonna bring his top leg in. Yeah, exactly. Belly down, and then he uses that to get his inside. Okay? So make sure of this, please. What was your question?
I think you answered okay. So to get the frame here, I misalign your spine, right?
Yes.
That's with the
Yes.
Makes sense. And if his head is like pressing into the mat, not allowing the orbiting, we just switch.
Yeah, you're gonna switch the technique, then you're gonna roll in this way. Okay? So for this escape, I want you guys, the pressure is super important, right? I'm pulling him this way, up and onto me. And notice that when I'm pulling him, I'm turning his spine off alignment. If I get my shoulder under his chin, it's a lot of pressure. Sometimes they'll just tap from this. So the key things I want you to do is, as the top guy, is you're pulling him and you're offsetting him this way. All right, if I was leaning this way, it's a different technique. Okay, he's gonna bring his arm through, he's gonna get his forearm under, and he's gonna roll me over. All right, so just play with the first set of resistance where you're sitting back and you're pulling him up onto the wedge of your thighs. I don't advocate pushing him, so much this way unless you want exposure for like a shotgun arm bar, but we'll go into that shotgun arm bar later. All right, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Matt's hands and wrists, they're pretty well developed, right? So when I reach with my chin, I have a considerable amount of surface area to make contact with. But some people may be a little bit smaller than you or significantly smaller than you. When you go with your chin, okay, you're gonna have a hard time to get that area of contact that you want. Meaning, with him, it's easy for me, right? Even for me, but with a lot of guys, it's just easy to get this bite with the chin. But once I get here, if I feel that their hand, okay, I can go like this and I can finish. But if I feel like their hand loses place because it's a little bit smaller and it's hard to get a bite, or it's just a moved position, I take this hand out and I reinforce it into my chest, like this. And now it's kind of pinned in place where I'm over his wrist with this. So instead of using my chin now, I can just keep my hand here, right? And then I turn with my chest and I pull open like that. And it's still the same effect. The reason why I go with my chin a lot of times is because it's just really fast and easy to keep it pinned in place. But I may need to take it out and reinforce it in the right spot. He's Y-wedging right now, which is what I taught him from the very beginning, right? But a lot of times you'll see guys post like this, and this is where you're vulnerable. So this is what I advise you not to do, is not to do that classic cross frame, and I advise you to do the Y wedging, where they get a Y shape, right? My hand is a Y right now, and they go right in here, like this. And he wants to get his elbow underneath my armpit. He doesn't want to keep his elbow here, because this is where I have that submission. Okay? And now we're going to look at the next one. We'll go right into the next one here. So if he frees his hand, right, he knows his wrist lock is coming, he frees his hand, what can I do here? My hand pommels over, and I catch 1, 2. I have a classic Americana lock, right? I want to pin my elbow as tight as I can to me. I put my head to the mat. I pull his elbow towards his hip, and I lift the elbow. Okay, guys? So this is classic Americana. Some guys are more flexible than others. Their elbows will come over this way. They can straighten their arm out while you're doing this. Pull his elbow all the way to his hip. Keep your head down, pull up, and press down. Okay, at this point, his inclination is to straighten his arm, to turn, and start to extend. He may even try to take his right hand and push on your tricep, which is the right response. And he's going to start to straighten it. And he wants to make sure that I clear his elbow line as he keeps pushing away, right? So that's the response that he's gonna do to escape. Okay, everything else out here is kind of risky for him. Okay, but some people are really flexible here. That's why we want to make sure, I'll keep reiterating, we keep that elbow to the hip, head down, and I pull up. All right, then the next one is when that arm does start to go straight, I'm gonna pass it like this to my shoulder, and I reinforce this arm coming under his elbow line. See it? So now this one comes under the elbow line. And now my head comes to the hand, and I finish with a straight Udi Garami. Okay? So I'm gonna go right back to the beginning, this whole sequence. It's kind of like, I call it the trilemma, 1, 2, 3. We're always looking for not just a dilemma, but a trilemma where it's a triple attack, right? First attack is gonna be 1 over the wrist. I'm looking for the wrist. Boom. He's looking to clear out, right? He wants to clear this wrist out so he doesn't get pinned. Yes, good. So I want to bring this over in this direction. If the hand is here and is getting resistance this way, we can go to Kimuras, right? I can reach under, put the hand behind the back, we go into Kimuras. But right now, I want the focus is when he starts to escape this way, not this way. All right, so as the uke, his duty is to give me the feel that I need, which is coming out this way. We're gonna look at the feel in this direction last, okay? So he's trying to escape, he goes this way, right? He goes this way with his wrist to escape, this hand is gonna pin. So I wanna get this to the mat. If I go this way, I'm gonna break my thumb if I lose it. So look at my hand. My hand does not go like this. My hand stays like a monkey grip here, like this, all right? And sometimes you'll see guys do this as well. See how I'm coming underneath and I'm securing his wrist from here as well, right? Meaning I want to get this to come all the way down and I open it. I can pass it off. I hold like this 2-on-1 and then I can come and catch here 1, 2, and then I wrap around. I pull and I break. This is a really tight Americana where I'm looking to get this, right? I'm trying to catch. He's not giving me the feel I need where instead of just bringing his arm out, it's not coming to my hand. Sometimes it'll just come to your hand. But if he's giving you a little bit more resistance, I come underneath, I pass, and I catch like this. And I want to bring it all the way down. I catch 1, 2, all right? I'm looking up to talk, but I shouldn't. I keep my head here like this, nice and low. I'm pinning. I'm going to come underneath, and then at the very end, I carve all the way back and down, and then like a paintbrush, boom, I go. All right, guys. So 3, 2, 1.